Do you enjoy giving personalized gifts?
Yes, I find giving personalized gifts much more meaningful. It shows that you've put thought and effort into selecting something special, rather than just grabbing a generic item. It creates a stronger connection with the recipient.
What types of personalized gifts are popular in your country?
In my country, personalized gifts like engraved jewelry, custom-made photo albums, and hand-painted items are quite popular. People appreciate gifts that reflect their individual tastes and preferences.
Do you think personalized gifts are more expensive?
Not necessarily. While some personalized gifts may require more craftsmanship and therefore cost more, many simple personalized items, like mugs with names or printed photos, are quite affordable. It depends on the level of customization.
Have you ever received a memorable personalized gift?
Yes, I once received a hand-knitted scarf with my initials embroidered on it. It was incredibly thoughtful and warm, and I still treasure it because it was made specifically for me.
Why do people like receiving personalized gifts?
People enjoy personalized gifts because they feel valued and understood. It shows that the giver has considered their unique personality and interests, making the gift more meaningful and memorable. The gift I crafted for my dear friend, Sarah, was a personalized, hand-bound journal. It wasn't just any journal, but a meticulously assembled collection of her favorite quotes, pressed flowers, and blank pages for her own reflections. I've always known Sarah to be a prolific writer and a lover of all things vintage and handcrafted, so I wanted to create something that truly resonated with her artistic soul. I embarked on this project around the time of her birthday last year, which fell in late autumn. The idea had been brewing in my mind for a few months, but I only started the actual construction about 3 weeks before her birthday. I wanted to give myself ample time to ensure every detail was perfect. The process began with selecting the right materials. I sourced high-quality, cream-colored paper for the inner pages, and for the cover, I found a beautiful piece of thick, textured leather in a deep, earthy brown. I then spent several days meticulously printing out her favorite quotes in a vintage-style font and carefully pressing an assortment of autumn leaves and delicate wildflowers I had gathered from my garden. The actual binding process was the most time-consuming. I used a traditional bookbinding technique called the Coptic stitch, which involves sewing together sections of the journal with waxed linen thread. This method not only creates a strong and durable binding but also adds a beautiful, visible stitching detail along the spine. It took me several evenings to complete the sewing, as I had to be precise and patient to ensure the pages were aligned and the stitching was even. After the binding, I carefully arranged the pressed flowers and quotes throughout the journal, securing them with archival quality adhesive. Finally, I added a small, hand-stamped label on the inside cover with her name and a short, heartfelt message. In total, the project took me approximately 25 to 30 hours to complete. It wasn't just the physical labor, but also the mental effort of planning and designing each element that contributed to the time. There were moments when I felt overwhelmed, especially when I was struggling with the stitching, but I persisted because I knew how much Sarah would appreciate it. The feeling of completing the journal was one of immense satisfaction and joy. I felt a deep sense of accomplishment, not just for creating something beautiful, but for crafting a gift that was truly personal and meaningful. Seeing Sarah's reaction when she received it was incredibly rewarding. Her eyes lit up, and she immediately began flipping through the pages, her fingers tracing the pressed flowers and reading each quote with a smile. She told me it was the most thoughtful and unique gift she had ever received, and that she would treasure it always. Knowing that I had created something that brought her so much joy filled me with a warmth and happiness that I cannot easily describe. It wasn't just about the object itself, but about the love and care that went into making it. It was a tangible expression of our friendship, and the feeling of giving such a heartfelt gift made all the effort worthwhile. That experience reinforced my appreciation for the power of handmade gifts and the personal connection they foster. It was a reminder that sometimes, the most meaningful gifts are those created with our own hands and hearts.
How has the act of gift-giving changed in the digital age, and what are the implications of these changes?
The digital age has profoundly transformed the landscape of gift-giving, moving it from a primarily tangible exchange to one that often incorporates digital elements and experiences. The rise of e-commerce platforms has made gift selection and delivery more convenient, with a vast array of options available at our fingertips. This ease of access, however, has also led to a degree of depersonalization. Instead of carefully selecting a gift that reflects the recipient's unique interests, many people opt for generic online purchases or digital gift cards, which lack the personal touch of a thoughtfully chosen physical item. Furthermore, the prevalence of social media has introduced a performative aspect to gift giving. People often feel compelled to publicly display their gifts, blurring the lines between genuine appreciation and social validation. The emphasis on visual presentation and online recognition can detract from the intrinsic value of the gift and the emotional connection it's meant to foster. Another significant change is the increasing popularity of experiential gifts, such as concert tickets, travel vouchers, or online courses. These gifts prioritize experiences over material possessions, reflecting a shift in societal values towards creating memories and enriching lives. While this trend can be positive, it also raises concerns about accessibility and inclusivity. Not everyone has the financial means or the time to participate in such experiences, potentially exacerbating social inequalities. Finally, the digital age has facilitated the rise of personalized digital gifts, such as custom-designed digital art, personalized video messages, or online subscriptions tailored to individual preferences. These gifts offer a unique and creative way to express affection, but they also raise questions about the long-term value and sustainability of digital possessions compared to physical ones. Overall, the digital age has brought both convenience and complexity to gift-giving, requiring us to navigate a delicate balance between efficiency and meaningfulness.
What role does gift-giving play in maintaining social relationships, and how does it vary across different cultures?
Gift-giving serves as a fundamental social ritual that reinforces and maintains social relationships across diverse cultures. It acts as a nonverbal form of communication, expressing sentiments of affection, gratitude, respect, and obligation. In many cultures, gift-giving is deeply ingrained in social customs and traditions, playing a crucial role in celebrating milestones, strengthening bonds, and fostering reciprocity. For instance, in many Western cultures, gifts are commonly exchanged during birthdays, holidays, and weddings, signifying the importance of these occasions and the relationships involved. The act of selecting and presenting a gift demonstrates thoughtfulness and consideration, reinforcing the emotional connection between the giver and the recipient. However, the specific customs and meanings associated with gift-giving can vary significantly across cultures. In some Asian cultures, such as Japan and China, gift-giving is highly ritualized, with strict etiquette governing the type, presentation, and acceptance of gifts. The emphasis is often on the symbolic value of the gift and the social hierarchy between the giver and the recipient. For example, the act of refusing a gift can be considered impolite, and the manner in which a gift is wrapped and presented is just as important as the gift itself. In contrast, some cultures place less emphasis on material possessions and more on symbolic gestures or acts of service. For example, in certain indigenous communities, sharing food or offering assistance to a neighbor may be considered a more meaningful form of gift-giving than exchanging material objects. Furthermore, the concept of reciprocity, or the expectation of a return gift, also varies across cultures. While some cultures view gift-giving as a reciprocal exchange, others emphasize the importance of giving without expecting anything in return. The role of gift-giving in maintaining social relationships is also influenced by factors such as age, gender, and social status. For instance, children may primarily receive gifts from family members, while adults may exchange gifts with friends, colleagues, and romantic partners. Overall, gift-giving is a complex and nuanced social practice that reflects the diverse values and customs of different cultures.
To what extent do commercial influences impact gift-giving practices, and what are the ethical considerations involved?
Commercial influences have significantly shaped gift-giving practices, transforming them from simple expressions of affection to elaborate displays of consumerism. The relentless promotion of products and services during holidays and special occasions creates a sense of pressure to purchase gifts, often leading to overspending and impulsive buying. Advertising campaigns strategically target emotions and desires, associating products with happiness, love, and social status. This manipulation of consumer behavior can undermine the genuine spirit of gift-giving, replacing it with a focus on material possessions and brand names. The commercialization of gift-giving has also led to the creation of artificial gift-giving occasions, such as National Best Friends Day or Grandparents' Day, which serve primarily to boost sales rather than celebrate genuine relationships. This proliferation of gift-giving holidays can create a sense of obligation to purchase gifts, even when there is no genuine emotional connection or reason for doing so. Furthermore, the rise of online shopping and e-commerce platforms has made it easier than ever to purchase gifts, but it has also contributed to a culture of instant gratification and disposable consumption. The ease of ordering and delivering gifts online can diminish the thoughtfulness and effort involved in selecting a meaningful present. Ethical considerations surrounding commercial influences on gift-giving include the exploitation of labor in the production of goods, the environmental impact of excessive consumption, and the potential for marketing to manipulate vulnerable populations, such as children. The promotion of luxury goods and extravagant gifts can also exacerbate social inequalities, creating a sense of pressure to conform to unrealistic standards of wealth and consumption. Moreover, the focus on material possessions can detract from the importance of intangible gifts, such as time, attention, and emotional support. In conclusion, commercial influences have profoundly impacted gift-giving practices, raising ethical concerns about consumerism, exploitation, and the erosion of genuine emotional connection.
How do cultural values and traditions influence the types of gifts that are considered appropriate and meaningful?
Cultural values and traditions play a pivotal role in shaping the perception of what constitutes an appropriate and meaningful gift. These values dictate the types of items that are considered acceptable, the manner in which they are presented, and the symbolic significance they hold. For instance, in many Asian cultures, gifts of food and drink are highly valued, symbolizing hospitality and abundance. In contrast, some Western cultures place more emphasis on material possessions, such as jewelry, clothing, or technology. Furthermore, cultural traditions often dictate the specific occasions for which gifts are exchanged. In some cultures, gifts are primarily given during religious festivals or family celebrations, while in others, they may be exchanged more frequently as a gesture of friendship or appreciation. The symbolic meaning of gifts also varies across cultures. For example, in some cultures, certain colors or numbers may be considered auspicious or inauspicious, influencing the choice of gift. In Chinese culture, for instance, the color red is associated with good fortune, while the number 4 is considered unlucky. Additionally, the manner in which a gift is presented is often just as important as the gift itself. In some cultures, gifts are wrapped in specific colors or materials, and there are strict rules governing the exchange of gifts, such as the order in which they are given and received. Cultural values also influence the perceived value of handmade or personalized gifts. In some cultures, these gifts are highly appreciated, as they demonstrate thoughtfulness and effort. In others, they may be considered less valuable than commercially produced items. Moreover, cultural values shape the expectation of reciprocity in gift-giving. While some cultures view gift-giving as a reciprocal exchange, others emphasize the importance of giving without expecting anything in return. The influence of cultural values and traditions on gift-giving practices is also evident in the types of gifts that are considered appropriate for different age groups and social statuses. For example, gifts for children may focus on toys and educational materials, while gifts for adults may emphasize practical items or luxury goods. Overall, cultural values and traditions provide a framework for understanding and navigating the complex social dynamics of gift-giving.
What is the impact of globalization on gift-giving practices, and how has it led to the convergence or divergence of cultural traditions?
Globalization has significantly impacted gift-giving practices, leading to both a convergence and divergence of cultural traditions. The increased interconnectedness of societies has facilitated the exchange of goods and ideas, resulting in the adoption of foreign gift-giving customs and the availability of a wider range of gift options. For instance, Western holidays such as Christmas and Valentine's Day have become increasingly popular in many non-Western countries, leading to the adoption of associated gift-giving traditions. This convergence of cultural practices can be attributed to the influence of media, advertising, and tourism, which promote the adoption of global consumer culture. However, globalization has also led to a resurgence of local traditions and a greater appreciation for cultural diversity. As people become more aware of different cultures, they may seek out unique and authentic gifts that reflect the heritage of their own or other communities. This trend has led to the growth of the artisanal and handcrafted gift market, which celebrates the uniqueness of local crafts and traditions. Furthermore, globalization has facilitated the exchange of cultural knowledge and values, leading to a greater understanding and appreciation of different gift-giving customs. This cross-cultural exchange can lead to a blending of traditions, resulting in hybrid gift-giving practices that incorporate elements from multiple cultures. For example, a person may give a traditional gift from their own culture while also incorporating elements of modern design or technology. However, globalization can also lead to the erosion of traditional gift-giving practices, as people adopt more convenient and commercialized forms of gift giving. The availability of online shopping and e-commerce platforms has made it easier to purchase generic gifts, which may lack the cultural significance of traditional items. Moreover, the pressure to conform to global consumer culture can lead to the abandonment of local traditions and the adoption of standardized gift-giving practices.